Yeah, this is very important what you said, because now we're coming to the economy. I read a report from McKinsey, and it says inside that we have to invest 9% of GDP globally until 2030, and additional 6% of GDP until 2050 for reaching the goals of net zero. What do you think about this?
So I wrote a book a while ago, and in that book, I coined a term called the iron law of climate change. And in that, I said that most people around the world appreciate the environment, and they're willing to pay some amount of money to achieve environmental outcomes, but not a lot. They have to feed their families, they have to pay for their heating bills, and so on. So the willingness of society, and I believe this is universal around the world, the willingness of individuals to pay for climate policies has a hard ceiling on it. So the only way that we achieve decarbonization goals, whether that's net zero or something else, is to come up with policies that make people better off while that happens. Make people wealthier, make them more secure, give them energy access, low energy prices. So these consulting studies, such as from McKinsey and elsewhere, that suggest we have to pay X% of our GDP going forward, politically, it's just not going to happen. People will not allow that to happen. And it's not just in democracies where they can vote out people, but in other countries as well, where people are very sensitive to the price of fuel and electricity. So this puts the challenge back on policy experts. How can we come up with policies that make people better off at the same time we're reducing the amount of carbon dioxide emitted into the atmosphere? We're a super smart and inventive species. I have no doubt that we can do that if we put our mind to it.
Yeah, I was reading also that lots of people, experts, says that we will be less wealthy if we invest so much money in decarbonization.
Yeah, and that's exactly why I don't think things will go that way. Because no politician on planet Earth that I'm aware of has ever run for office on a campaign of making people less wealthy. That's not a winning campaign message in Croatia or the United States or anywhere else. So the challenge is, how do we make people actually more wealthy, have more material abundance, while at the same time decarbonizing? Too often, the climate debate becomes one where advocates for action try to use scare tactics. And it could be scare tactics about the climate system itself, could be scare tactics about the environment. People opposed to climate policy sometimes use the economy as a scare tactic. I wish we would get past a lot of that and get more into, we understand the boundary conditions of what policy design has to be. So let's work to try to fit that, because everyone's better off if we go in that direction.